people. What is the story? Welcome back. And we just have someone else entering the stream. Yes!
I think
I'm going to slag him
Hold
off
on a second.
non-stop, Rob. You're fucked. Welcome back. This is a weird one for me because before I start off, I do want to point out the fact that this today is the 100-year anniversary of Ireland actually getting their own government. So, yay, independence.
Yay.
Eventually, other people will decide to hop on that bandwagon, but I don't know. I see Tussk is sitting there.
Tussk is singing rebel songs, but I won't do that on live stream.
Well, before we get started, who doesn't have headphones? Come on now, put the headphones on.
Hey, I'm wearing mine.
Yay!
I don't have headphones right now, but my speaker is now working.
Okay, grand. So you can actually hear us.
I can. I'm assuming you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
No.
Well, while I'm starting this shit, because usually it goes a lot better than this, but my brain is scrambled because I still haven't been kind of well. So this is my first stream where I'm actually feeling kind of decent. And I'm here with my co-host, Demon Cup of Reason. What have you been up to?
Oh, just my usual crap. It's been a rough month. I have tech issues and stuff. I was supposed to go live on my channel last week, but my video capture just took a dump and had to get a new one. But that's okay. It's all sorted. I'm back. Good to be here. I missed you.
Yeah, it's been nearly a month.
Yeah, it has been.
It's
been a while.
Been a month.
Yeah, it has been. It's been a while. It's kind of strange not having Flipside on Sundays for like 4 weeks in a row.
Yes. What would we all do without it except for have a life?
Yeah. Well, this is my life, man. What can I say? It's
that'd be boring. That'd be boring. But yeah, we are joined today by two lads that are going to get the shit kicked out of them. We have Honey and the Rob. Hi, Honey.
Up yours.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I had to do it once. Thank you, Etty. Love you.
Etty's actually in the room with me right now, but she can't hear what you're saying.
She can't hear what I'm saying because she's probably listening to the stream.
No, she's in the room with me. She's putting her jammers on.
Oh. Yeah, we didn't need to know that.
That was a bit more information than I was looking for.
Yeah. It's always TMI time with Tussk.
This is true. Overwhelmingly true. How have you been anyway, Tussk?
I've been grand, yeah. It's been... obviously, there was all the stress and hassle of Christmas and New Year and, the uncertainty of, lockdowns and restrictions and everything. But it's been okay. We've had a very mild winter in Scotland so far. And
wait. You say mild winter. I thought there was only one season in
the rain's a little colder in winter. That's how we can tell. But I saw a butterfly not long ago, and there's roses blooming. And usually by now this time, now the place would be frozen solid, and everything would be shut down. But it's actually a really nice sunny day today. So it's it's nice, but it's worrying at the same time.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Scotland.
It's a beautiful sunny day. I can almost see the other side.
Isn't that a sign of the apocalypse?
Well, there are people out just now with sackcloth beating themselves with birch twigs.
Well, now that he's got his hobby horse, he must be one of the 4 horsemen.
I suppose that'd have to be
I thought there was only 2 kinds of weather in Scotland: wet and miserable, or just miserable.
Well, that's a common misconception. There are actually 3. There's dreich as well.
Jeez.
I didn't think there were flowers in the frozen tundra of Scotland.
Well, it's really worrying. Oh, go ahead.
Talk about Rob. Yes. Yeah. Speaking of our next guest, we have the Rob with us. How you doing, buddy?
Up, down, you know. Same with Tussk. You got the kind of typical Christmas holiday business, and now I'm ramping into a new semester, so my free time is at a premium at this point.
I certainly
understand. We are very happy. We are very happy that you're wasting it with us. That's amazing.
I agree, Crafty. I agree.
I missed this place. I missed Flipside.
It's weird. It's weird when we've been going for so long. We've been going for nearly a year now with this.
Yeah.
And it's strange when it's not on, because I get messages saying, "Where's Flipside? What happened to Flipside?"
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's amazing. That is amazing. That people have actually taken to it.
I can't believe we've been at this for this long. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's been nearly a year since we started it.
That's right. 46 out of 52 weeks done.
Oh wow.
Yes. And the rest of them are me being weird or lazy or having other shit to do or trying not to die.
We all have issues.
But I do want to say hello to Professor Phil Bell, who's out in the chat. Yay!
Oh,
Professor
hello. Ooh, awesome. Hello, Mr. Bell.
You can't see me, but I'm waving.
Yeah, me too. I'm waving too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we're all
not going to tell you what I'm waving, but yeah.
Again,
instantly demonetized.
There you go. Tussk is in the house. We just confirmed that.
Yeah, I have no interest in seeing your haggis there, Tussk.
Oh man! Oh no! Okay, let's stop this right here.
Yeah,
Crafty. Let's change the topic here.
Well, that's the thing. I wanted to change the topic, and I wanted to get Rob Parks to read something out that Rob Parks sent.
Ooh.
But that's even worse.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what possessed you to send this, other than torture.
Well, you know,
yeah, really,
I was hoping that you were feeling better.
No, to be fair,
sick.
to Rob,
I'm sick for a month, and he talks about pooing.
No, to be fair to Rob, it's how you.
Oh, I'm hoping you're pooing less these days. Yeah. You know, getting better, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you have to, like, a Crafty should have a wet nose, bright eyes, and poo regularly. That's how you can tell if they're healthy. So Rob's just, he's just looking out for you, Yeah. If you've got a nice shiny coat, are you coughing up fur balls? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a cat as badly as I wish I was.
Speaking of pooing, I got a video in my YouTube recommendations this week, 17 minutes long, on how to poo in medieval armor.
Ew!
Wow, that's horrifying.
Chit, send it
to me.
Wow.
Yeah, send me that. I want to see that.
No, nobody wants to fucking see that.
Okay.
I've had an interest.
Nobody
I am putting an end to the pooing conversation by reading Rob's super chat. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Are you poo-pooing the poo conversation?
Yes, this is the last. Yeah, I am poo-pooing the pooing conversation. For £5, Rob Parks.
You should never poo-poo a poo-poo.
Crafty, I hope you are pooing less these days. Why less?
Because it makes I would assume that means you're getting healthier.
What if it's? I'm not. No. Anyway, next conversation.
We got a couple of super chats for you here, Crafty.
Yeah, Mr. E-Man for 333 Aussie dollars. Thanks, Mr. E-Man, with a big happy face. As long as that makes you happy. You're weird, but because I don't say it any other way. 333. It's fine. And Teddy Bogo for £2 says Tussk helicopter time. What's this?
Helicopters. It's a guy thing. You wouldn't understand.
Oh my! Really?
Oh yeah, no, I do. I think I do. I think I do. Oh, screw you, Tusk. I hope you poo so hard that your head pops off. Thanks.
Oh, that's rude. Oh man. Oh, this is going to be a fun stream today.
Is this because I said that I wasn't that I was poo-pooing the poo conversation?
No, it's because you called me honey.
Okay, honey.
And I'm guessing most people, apart from one or two, had forgotten about that. But then you reminded me.
No, I never do. You should know me by now. But you do realize now that you've done that, I'm going to have to call you honey for the rest of the stream.
That's fine. Just let me helicopter.
See, I was only going to do it once just for the crack, but
well,
I don't know.
That's okay.
I think you've called for it. Revenge, fucker.
You'll see.
Speaking of pooing, have you guys seen the volcanic eruption in the Tonga?
Yeah, but I was looking at some videos of there's like expected tsunamis and things like that. It's quite worrying.
Yeah.
I made a joke on Twitter that the eruption looks exactly like when I have too much Mexican.
Oh, you had to go.
I'm sure that went down well.
Well, here's a little odd coincidence. See if you say the word poop, your mouth makes the exact same shape as your anus does when you poop.
Why are we still talking about this?
Because you told us not to.
How the hell does your mind go to those places?
I'm wondering how you know what your anus looks like when you take a poo.
What, have you never used a mirror?
Oh, God.
Oh, no, I just thought of a new word. Onomatopoeic.
Is that a Scottish thing?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Tussk and his mirror. Tussk owns a refrigerator, and so he's a bit of a narcissist.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there you go.
Political cripple. I completely agree, and I don't know how this show has changed so dramatically.
Can I make one small correction there?
No.
It's not pronounced narcissist. It's pronounced narsehole.
Oh, I thought it was pronounced net hole.
No, I'm a bit of an arsehole.
Yeah. Thank you, Nimrod. That is good. That is good. My sphincter can't take this. Getting all technical. What's funny is you've just spent like the last 10 minutes talking about poo, and fucking Professor Phil Bell has given up his time to watch you lot talk about poo.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anyone who was not expecting this shit.
Well, let's change the subject. Right. Did you know that Christopher Key of a group called Vaccine Police is now advising urine therapy as a cure?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's like, come on now. How can that be? You're just reintroducing your own toxins into your system again. How can that be a cure for anything?
Let them.
They want to drink their own pee. I mean, I guess.
I mean, it was okay when Dave did it. Allegedly, Dave.
Oh, and Nimrod. No one keeps potatoes in the fridge. That's just crazy talk.
He has drawers for that.
Yeah, I keep them in my drawers. Yeah.
No one is so self-centered to keep potatoes in the refrigerator. I mean, there are limits.
Yeah. There's laws against that in Scotland. You get the fridge police come round once a week checking for potatoes.
Checking for potatoes and narcissists.
I'm not going there.
For the people who drink their own urine, it's easier to take the piss out of them.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
the puns. Oh, the puns. So, right. I saw that you finally did the stream with Clive Wells.
I did.
Yes.
Sorry, Professor Clive Wells.
Yes.
Is that to make up for the fact that you forgot to do it?
Maybe.
Because weren't you supposed to do it like after Flipside that you weren't on because you were asleep?
Yes, that was my sleep schedule has been kind of whacked of late because, as I think I mentioned in the comments, I'm still awake. I haven't gone to bed yet. So, yeah, unfortunately, I kind of slept through that. So, but yes, I was generous enough to come back on, and so we had a nice chat.
Yes.
Well, one of the reasons why I'm up is because our telescope decided, because gremlins apparently inhabit it now, to go a full 360. And so a whole bunch of stuff broke, and I got to fix it. So.
Oh, wow.
Woo-hoo. Yeah. Nice. Telescope shouldn't point at the ground, just FYI.
Yeah. I kind of guessed that.
But surely that's what the flat earthers want. Point it at the ground. And then, you know.
That way they can take pictures and say, look, it's flat.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't want us to look at the stars. They want us to look at the Earth.
Mr. E-Man says, I've heard that they've found some potatoes in very strange places when they count. Yes. But it's under strict discretion. Nobody's allowed to know where. Shh. You're not allowed to know where to keep my potatoes.
I'm just really curious as to where these special, strange places are.
I'm going to leave it up to your imagination.
That's a terrible
okay. That may not be
just we won't talk about it here. JL is in the chat. JL and JL's ghost. Hello.
Oh, hello. Hello, Bridge.
Oh, yeah, Bridge.
How's the cooking coming? How's the cooking shows coming?
I've got, I did one the other day, didn't I? I did chicken and cashew nuts, which is my absolute favourite because it's the first Chinese takeaway I ever had. And nothing else I'd ever eaten before tasted like that, like bamboo shoots and water chestnuts and all that. So I think I'm going to kind of steer away from spicy food for a while and I'm going to try and do kind of more traditional kind of European stuff. So I'm going to go around like I can't remember who I was talking to the other day. They were a Swedish chef and their food's really quite boring, frankly. It's like... Well, no, you go into a restaurant and on the menu it will say like reindeer with lingonberries. You go, that sounds nice, and you order it and you get a plate of reindeer with some lingonberries. You know, it's not a recipe.
So they actually tell you what you're getting. How dare they?
No, you know what I mean. If I say to you, I'm going to make chicken with harissa, you don't expect to get some chicken and a bowl of harissa on the side. You expect the chicken to be cooked in the harissa and so on, but they don't do that. It's very like, this is what you asked for, so this is what you're getting, and there's very little imagination. So I'm going to have a look at more kind of older recipes, not kind of modern things, so more traditional, what people would have eaten maybe 200-300 years ago, and do a deep dive into that.
Oh, cool!
I'd like to see more traditional Scottish ones, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Scottish, because we were Scotland and Ireland, of course, we were staging posts for traders and pirates alike. You have to go really far back before until you find food that didn't use imported spices, like pepper. Even we take pepper for granted, but that's a tropical plant. So even haggis is full of pepper. So that's not, strictly speaking, traditional Scottish food. So you have to go way back, maybe like 1,000 years, and then you're talking it's just like roasted meat.
That'd be interesting, though.
Like, you can't even have potatoes because they're a relatively new and thing in Scotland and Ireland. Well, anywhere outside South America. So I'm going to do a kind of deep dive into to see what people ate before we had access to the spice trade and all the Silk Road, that, and see what food looked like back then.
You could probably do a whole series on recipes just on what you would find on King Henry's table.
Probably, yeah. I mean, there's things that we don't eat it. People don't eat anymore. We've lost the appetite for it, like rabbit and mutton. especially in the UK. And horse meat, there's only like 2 horse butchers, I think, in the entire country. But it was quite, it's what people ate then.
Yeah, I mean, we had the horse meat scandal. We had the horse meat scandal here a few years ago, and
I remember that. Yeah.
Everyone. Cause I have a friend. I have a friend that runs a stall in Temple Bar with horse meat on it, and his sales went up like 370% because people wanted to taste the horse meat, knowing what it was, to see if there was any difference to what they had already been eating.
Yeah, it's really tasty. I first ate it in France, and it was delicious. It was cooked in a red wine and shallot reduction and everything, typical French cooking, and it was absolutely delicious. But if you hadn't told me it was horse, I would have thought it was a slightly poor quality beef or venison. Very, very difficult to tell them apart.
I was going to ask if it tastes like venison.
It's not as gamey as venison, but it's more like an undercooked bavette steak, if you can imagine that. So it's very, very tasty, but it is very, very lean. There's no fat on a horse at all.
I mean, there's fat on goats, but it's like they conserve their fat inside, so you never actually see whether a goat is fat or skinny just by looking at them. The only way is above the breastbone to see if there's any fat on them, and I think it's the same or similar with a horse, to see if it's underweight, just under the breastbone, to see if you can actually feel it very, very clearly.
Yeah, well, the thing about horses are bred for the food chain is they don't overfeed them, so you're not going to find like a nice fatty horse meat. You're going to get very lean, quite fibrous steak. That's what comes from horse. So you'll never find fat horse meat. No. But I think it needs it. But you can cook it in like pork fat, or use some brawn or gelatin or whatever, gelatin tendon, to soften it up and give it a little bit of flavour. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing this year, is doing one of these kind of just cooking over an open fire as much as I can, the way people would have cooked before the Industrial Revolution, before we had cast iron pots and the like. I don't know how. Yeah. I think I'm going to be really limited to what I can use, though it's going to be grains. But then you have to see we can't use corn because corn was introduced a few years ago, and someone's echoing.
Oh, we're hearing someone feeding back.
It's not me.
Is it me?
Yeah, probably. Hang on, I'm just going to mute Rob for a second. Yeah, so it is Rob. Just to say, Arto says horse meat is a really expensive delicacy here in Finland. In many places around the world, it's illegal to sell horse meat. Funny how that is.
Mm-hmm. It's people won't eat things if you think they're cute. Like squirrel is delicious, but people won't eat it, even though the grey squirrels in the UK are a plague, and we should introduce them into the food chain because they're a lot like rabbit, very tasty, but people think they're cute. I mean, I remember having an argument a long time ago with a member of, I think it wasn't Greenpeace, it was one of the vegan activist groups, who gave me a leaflet about the dolphins getting caught in the tuna nets. So I asked him, well, what about the tuna? But no one cared about
Nice.
Yeah, no one cared about the tuna, but because dolphins are cute and make funny noises, people go, oh, the poor dolphins. What about the poor fucking tuna?
Yeah, in the States, squirrel is thought to be low class. Like only serious rednecks are the only ones who eat squirrel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, until I moved up to Edinburgh, I did a lot of pest control on like some of the bigger estates and farms around in my area, and there was days I could shoot 30-40 squirrels, most of which I'd either leave out for the foxes and crows, give some to the dogs, but I would occasionally make a game pie if I got maybe like a couple of rabbits, a partridge, a grouse or whatever, and some squirrel, and it's absolutely delicious. But people think you're some kind of hillbilly or there's something wrong with you. Like, you ate squirrel? Ooh, that's disgusting. How's it any more disgusting than eating pig or lamb?
Fiona is also in Scotland, and she's saying horses in the UK have passports that are supposed to list every medication they've had if they're going to enter the food chain. It's the same over here. It's and it's not just horses; it's anything really. If you're going, if anything is going to enter the food chain, they want to know what's been put into that animal. And it actually, when was it? 5 years ago, there was a lad who wanted to cut the kelp forests in order to make pig feed because the seaweed, the kelp, was actually helping reduce illness in the pigs, so they didn't actually have to give them as many antibiotics and shit.
What happened there? Did they get a license to do it and stuff?
Nope. Because he wanted to mechanically cut it, which would have destroyed the kelp forests, and we stopped it and we banned it, and we banned the practice, which is brilliant. No, I'm not saying because I've collected seaweed. I've had seaweed. There's nothing wrong with eating kelp, but when you go in and mechanically harvest, you can only cut so much of the stalk before it will not grow back. And what they were planning on cutting would have absolutely wiped out the kelp forest.
Right, so one of these
some of these forests under the sea. But some of these forests under the sea are older than the forests on land.
Oh yeah, there's kelp beds around the west coast of Scotland which are thousands and thousands of years old. They were documented by the first Irish settlers in the 6th century. The struggles they had getting through the kelp, and they survived on the kelp, and they used it for fertilizer for the crops too. It makes a great fertilizer. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just mad.
I have to say that with when you guys did the food tasting with Spectacular Rabbit, you guys really didn't get rid of the stereotype that the food in the UK and Ireland is pretty boring, because it's pretty much just potatoes. What else did you guys make?
I hear kitty. Yay, kitty.
Yes, that would be Luna.
Hi, Luna. Sorry, I have to say hello. Oh, there she is. People can't see, but I can. Mwahaha. Rob has his camera on.
Yeah, the tabby that's Sunny. Luna is
Luna's the black one, isn't it?
Is now the dark gray one. She just ran away.
Haha. People can't see, but I can. Mwahaha. I do have to thank Nimrod, because Nimrod keeps sending me photos of his cat, which you can see in his profile, and it really cheers me up. So thank you, Nimrod, for continuing to send me those photos, because they really do make a difference. I love kitties.
But yeah, to answer Rob there, the food around Scotland and Ireland gets unfairly maligned. Said it's just potatoes and haggis, things like that. But it's the best seafood in the world.
Yes.
And obviously the game, the Scottish venison, is it's one of the most expensive delicacies in the world in some places. We have some fantastic food. Unfortunately, the climate doesn't lend itself to more exotic things, so we tend to have very good recipes for very basic food. You can have pork 50 different ways.
Right, well, here's the thing. Fiona says, must admit, I stick to pork, beef, and chicken. I feel guilty about my Christmas goose. Didn't stop me. Yeah, doesn't stop any of us. Here's a question, because obviously we just passed Christmas. What is your Christmas meat of choice?
Are you asking us?
Yeah, all of you.
Well, when I was back home in Canada, it was turkey, but you can get turkey here in Vietnam, but it's pretty expensive, and you have to special order it before the holidays. So I like pork belly.
Pork belly.
With a really crunchy crackling skin. Tussk knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, usually we go to Ettie's parents at her dad's house for dinner. On Christmas we have a big family dinner because there's 3 chefs in the family, so it's always it's good fun, you know, all messing with each other and trying to fuck each other's dishes up and stuff. But I'll be making like a red wine reduction and he'll be behind me trying to throw Brussels sprouts in it, and you know, just
there's nothing wrong with Brussels sprouts. I'm going to say that now, especially for Christmas.
Not when you're making a red wine and Hannigan reduction, right? But
macaroni cheese is not for Christmas. I'm just saying, just going to say that now.
So what we try to do is not have a traditional Christmas dinner, or we have something else as well. As like her dad really loves the traditional turkey, spuds, veg sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I'll bring over maybe partridge, golden pheasant with a suckling pig a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
Which now I always say this: you should always get to know your local butcher, right? Make friends with them, you know, take them in cakes and things like that once in a while, if you make them yourself, or at least pretend you did. So I ordered a suckling pig. I think it was a 3 kilo pig, but he thought he was doing me a favour and gave me a much bigger one, around 5 kilo. And I was like, shit, I can't fit this in the oven. So we had to kind of break its spine, like with a cleaver, and kind of bend it I was going to say a 60-degree right angle, but you know, like a flat you know,
60-degree right angle.
you know what I mean. We got it in, but then we had to turn it, and it wasn't easy because it's so tender and it was, you know, boiling fat. So we had we had to stick a wooden spoon up its arse at one end, and tongs.
Do we really need to know this? Oh wow!
Yes, because right, and I'll tell you for why. Right, so we got it out, and we managed to get it turned over, and we put it back in the oven. And our little brother, Ettie's little brother, was watching this all going on, and he was fascinated. He'd never seen like a whole pig before. So we got it all cooked, get everything set, and we put it on the dinner table on a big meat platter. And because he'd seen me put the spoon up the pig's arse, he thought that was the best bit, and he went straight for it. And like, it's like five people jumped up and grabbed his hand and went, "No, for fuck's sake, no!"
Why would you do that?
Do not eat the pig's arsehole at the Christmas dinner table.
Yeah. So the moral of this entire stream is going to be: don't eat the pig's arsehole.
Yeah, definitely not. But that's what we try.
Good safety tip.
This year, I did. What did I do now? I did cockles, lobster, crab, some caviar, some clams, and oysters. Just like in a seafood platter for the starter. You know, so it's not traditional, you know. And then we had the typical roast turkey and potatoes, and then we just got really drunk, and it was great fun.
As you do. Mm-hmm. Rob, what did you have for Christmas dinner?
Nothing too special. Ham, mashed potatoes, gravy.
I like a good ham now and then.
Ooh, sorry.
I did have a friend.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I had a friend who was going through culinary school, and his final exam was to roast an entire pig. And so he roasted it and then decided, hey, I don't know what to do with this. So he threw up a huge party. Everyone ate the pig except for the head. And so he asked himself, all right, what am I going to do with a pig's head? Now, normal people, I think, would just throw it away. But no, Nardi decided to put it in a white box, and mail it to friends of his without a return address. And so
Nice.
They got this
Nice.
thing, and these friends are huge into monster movies, and so when they got this thing, which reeked of death, and they opened it and they got a pig's head, they freaked out, and they decided, and then was like, what the hell's going on? They had no idea who sent them a pig's head. And so once they calmed down, they were like, what are we going to do with a pig's head? And so instead of, again, throwing it away like a normal person, they decided to put it on my doorstep.
As you do. As you do.
So I came home raging drunk, and I saw this thing, and I at the time I was like, whenever I saw something I couldn't really make out, I would do the Wayne's World. If that's a severed head, I'm going to be very disappointed. And so I said that, and then I walked up, and lo and behold, it was a severed pig's head.
Oh.
So.
Can I just ask Mr. Eman? Do I have permission to share that picture? He's just sent me a picture of his kitty. And it's so cute.
Was this his Christmas dinner?
Yeah. Now, when I mentioned that Nimrod has been sending me pictures of cats, well, not of cats, of his cat, and it makes me feel happy. He decided to, Mr. Eman decided to send me a picture of his cat. Yay! So do I have permission to share it with everybody? Because I think everyone should see the cuteness.
Works for me.
Yes, I have permission. Okay. Are you ready for the cuteness? Are you ready for the cuteness? Well, these lads won't give a fuck. Except for Rob, because Rob actually has a heart. No, I'm joking. I'm just saying Tussk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's got a pig's heart that came in the box with the head.
Okay.
Yeah, that pig's transplant that you've heard about, that was
it was just a week or so ago. Yeah, that was amazing.
Well, this is Mr. Eman's kitty.
Oh, so cute!
Cuteness.
Oh, look at those whiskers.
Oh, can you just picture
The
that
cuteness
on a bed?
hurts.
On a bed of like roast potatoes.
I was just gonna say that looks like a really good chicken chow mein.
It looks like it has a white mustache, like a really interesting mustache, and like Santa beard down its chest. That is awesome.
So, Mr.
Eman,
I know it's your cat and everything. I'm not really talking about eating your cat, but that looks really,
yes,
that
he
does,
is.
It
Yes,
does look
he
really.
is.
It does look really tasty. So,
how old is that cat?
I don't know, but
Looks like
your pal Al says it's king cake season. You'll have to elucidate.
Yeah. Well, I've just it's what season?
King cake.
King cake.
Yes.
King cake.
King as in, Tussk as the king.
Oh, king cake.
Yeah.
Tussk wishes he was the king of mountain. I don't know.
I thought it was a little too early for king cakes.
What's king cakes?
King cake is a typically Louisiana tradition around Easter. It's basically, I don't know what, you can make it out of a lot of different things, but it's a circular cake. And the idea is there's a tiny baby figurine that you put into the cake and when you bake it. And then when you cut it up to serve around Easter time, whoever gets the baby in their cake has good luck for the rest of the year.
So you make a cake and you run the chance of getting severed baby parts.
Oh well,
for fuck's sake!
I'm all into it. I'm all for it. I love the idea that you can get a cake and you find a little tiny baby's foot in it or something.
Nimrod, you're my absolute hero for that comment. Yes. Tussk is the king of never, ever, ever getting a dragon.
I don't need a dragon. I have a horse. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and fight a dragon and defeat it with my lance.
And then make a dragon cake.
Make dragon cake and have little tiny bits of severed dragon all the way through it.
Didn't Eddie get a dragon for Christmas?
Yes. Well, before Christmas, Tina gave. Do you want to recall the story to us?
No, I don't.
Because I love that story.
No, because it's still the pen's too close. I can't talk about it.
It's still too soon.
Mm-hmm. Still one of the best trolls I've ever seen in real life.
Well, everybody knows the story by now, and they all think it's hilarious. You know,
There's
fuck
a
you.
few people that are new in the chat. There's like Fiona and stuff wouldn't have heard it.
Well, right. Well, what happened?
Professor Bell may not have heard it.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
Right. Okay. There has to be a bit of backstory first, right? Critical Cripple, who's a fucking cheat, right? Don't ever play any of his games because he cheats. He makes the rules up as he goes along, right? One of the question was blah blah blah, and stupid question anyway. And my answer was dragon, and he said, "No, you can't have a dragon." They say, "But you said any pet, and I'm choosing pet dragon," and it became this whole big thing about how he cheated and changed the rules as he always does. And then then Kayla jumped on it and started saying no dragon for Tussk, and this went on and on and on for months. And then last October, myself, Etty, Keela, and Tatty Bogle went on holiday together and booked a lovely little cottage down near Wales, Hereford, down by the Sarcastic Barman's place. Great fun. And Tina lives not close by, but close enough. And she drove up and gave everybody a gift of a dragon, except me. Yeah. I didn't get a dragon. I
got a horse.
Well, I got a little fridge. I can't say that. Someone say it for me.
Fridge magnet.
Yeah, one of those. Right.
Burglar alarm.
No, yeah. The best had to be how it was done.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I've got a present for you. And then I said, oh, and she handed me a bag, and I opened it, and inside it was a dragon. Then she snatched it out of my hands and went, except you can't have a dragon. And gave it to Etty, and then handed Keela a dragon, and then fucking handed Tatty a dragon as well. And I was left standing dragonless with everybody laughing at me. You know?
Oh, it was the best thing I've ever seen.
And then she said, oh, don't worry, here, I got you this. And I thought she was going to give me a dragon, but it wasn't. It was a fucking sheep. Why can't I say fridge magnet?
Fridge magnet.
Right. So everybody
it's a
thought
psychological
that was
barrier.
It is now, because I'm thinking about it. And then we got, just before Christmas, Etty's mum sent her Etty, every year on Etty's birthday and her Christmas, her mum sends her a box of gifts that she's collected throughout the previous few months. And some of them are great, some of them are just like, what the fuck are you sending me this for? And in the box was a fucking dragon. So I still didn't get one.
And what's hilarious is Etty's mum didn't know anything about the whole no dragons for Tussk thing.
So that's that story. And I forgot how we got here now.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Someone said that.
Oh, someone said I'm the king of not getting a dragon. Well, I got my horse and galloped it around the site we were on, and around the little it's a big campsite. We were at a cottage attached to a campsite, and it was lovely. And she sleeps.
Yes, there is a video. There is a video on your channel about that.
Yeah, she sleeps next to me by my bedside.
I have a video. Coming out with more footage of Tussk running around the place with Fiona.
No, I need to see that.
Yeah.
I think you have to qualify that. Every time you say Tussk galloping around, you have to qualify it with like a twat.
Yes. Right. Oh, I thought that was implied because you were galloping around.
Like a twat. I had great fun, and I couldn't care a fuck less what anybody else thinks. I just had the absolute best, just the best troll ever, because you thought you were trolling me, and it wasn't. It was great.
Come here. I'm happy that you were happy with it.
Every night before I go to sleep, I stroke her muzzle.
You stroke the pony.
Stroke the pony, lying in bed at night, stroking the pony.
Oh, again, not something I need to know.
Oh man.
Well,
something
now
everyone needs to know.
Yeah, you have the information. What you choose to do with it is
this is why I love this show, because you never know what's going to come up on it, and you never know what's going to be said. So it's good fun. Yes, Tina, you heard it right. You heard it right.
Yep.
We don't need to repeat that line.
Oh, that's too much, man.
I just love that
That's
you
funny.
forced Mrs. Barman to give your horse some food.
I said I'm never going to let her forget that I made her do that.
Poor bar wife.
She did actually bring a little bowl of salad and water for.
In fairness, you wouldn't leave her the fuck alone.
I only
You
asked her.
followed her around.
I only
you
asked her.
followed her around,
I
giving her
didn't.
grief.
I maybe asked her maybe 30, 40 times. It wasn't, it's not like I followed her around going, are you going to feed the horse? Are you going to feed the horse? You're torturing that poor horse. That poor horse
That's
is
pretty much
starving.
what you did.
I know.
Yeah.
But see, that's on her because there's a kitchen in that place that has like sharp knives and rolling pins and stuff. She could have, declined forcibly, but she chose to become involved.
Didn't you have an axe?
No, I had a short sword. Keela wouldn't let me have an axe.
Because a short sword is so much better.
Well, yeah, it is. It's better for stabbing.
Let's not forget the
Yeah,
bed.
you can stab and
seed.
chop it.
Oh, no.
Nobody will ever forget the bed seed.
Yeah, the bed seat. I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I just came out, turn around and seen Tatty standing behind me, flapping his hands, going, "Pigeons, sparrows, for fuck's sake, birds."
That was a good trip. That was a good fucking trip.
Fiona said, "I cleaned my gelding sheath in the field," and she finished. She turned around, and a load of workers had been watching her doing it. No luck.
With horrified fascination.
Yeah,
they
that's a
don't. They
job
just
I
don't
wouldn't
understand. They just don't understand, Fiona. It has to be done, doesn't it?
If anybody doesn't know what a gelding sheath is, it's its willy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I picked up on that.
Geldings get their balls removed, but they get to keep their ding ding. And yeah, it needs cleaned.
Well, how else are they gonna pee?
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. They're not completely. What do you call it?
Castrated.
Castrated. That's the one.
Genital
Well, they're castrated.
They're castrated, but not. They don't lose everything.
They just get snipped.
Oh, good fun, lads, good fun.
Now I got it. Now I have to ask, why do you have to clean it?
You look that up yourself. It's not something for talk about in polite conversation.
Because now,
Since when did this turn into a polite conversation?
I do not.
Why do you have to clean it?
I do not want to see. I do not want to see the what comes back in that Google search. In fairness,
I don't want that in my browser history.
You don't have to do it all the time, but just once in a while, you have to give it a clean. Because we've bred a lot of these animals to the point now where they can't look after themselves and clean themselves, so you have to jump in from time to time. I remember when I was a kid, we always had horses around, and there was like the girls around, like they love horses and all that sort of thing, and then they spent their first day in the stables, and usually that was enough, and they never ever went back, and they would never talk about why they weren't going back, but it's because you had to do things like that.
See,
sure.
now I thought that's how they got dirty to begin with, Fiona. Like,
nope.
I'm just wondering how they had, how it's not like they're dragging them in the mud. Like,
oh, you'd be surprised.
Say no more. Say no more about this. Oh,
no, Shetland ponies and Dartmoor ponies, little pit ponies, have a ding ding that is not in proportion to their body, and it will drag along the ground.
Oh,
because everybody needed to know that.
Well, is it long enough for them to poo on it?
They can trod on it from time to time. Like actually stand on their own dicks.
Oh.
You've broken, Rob.
One of the few pieces of advice my father ever gave me was never sit on my own balls.
Oh, that comes with age, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone has to tell you, no, I'm not even going there. Anyway, next conversation, next item of conversation.
Well, it's almost fine. The goat's ding ding time, so we can.
This should be the subject of a pain in progress.
I don't think so.
Pain.
Yeah,
animal,
just pain. Yeah.
animal husbandry with emphasis on horses and how we've bred them to be for speed, and how one day society's going to look back at this era of humanity's progression and say they did what to horses? They sat on them and hit them to go faster. Why?
Can I just answer Critical Cripple? Tusk wishes he empathizes with them. Wishes.
Yeah, I wish I could stand on. I wish I could stand on my own penis. That's been a life goal of mine. What the fuck? No,
Okay. I'm having thoughts of that, and then
don't think about
You're
that.
welcome, Rob.
And just
Well, so far today we've spoke about horses' willies, pigs' arseholes, my willy,
your asshole.
my
Check it
asshole,
out in the mirror.
yeah, poop like that, and obviously Crafty's toilet habits at the beginning.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it all started with that.
Yeah.
See what you did, Rob. See what you did.
And somehow,
Yeah.
and somehow there's 27
your
people
fault.
still watching this crap.
And I love all of them. They're amazing.
They are.
But I am going to do this a little bit early because now that there's a break in the conversation, you have to take it where it comes. But yes, it is that time again,
That was a
people.
poor phrase.
Yeah.
Poor choice of
Well,
word.
I mean, it's good advice, I guess.
I'm saying nothing. Yeah.
Far too late for that.
Yeah.
There
You
go,
do
folks.
realize, of course,
Yay.
there was
Yeah.
a tree with literally poo in it. See,
Yes.
I am just following the theme of the show.
It's the
That's
it's the
the famous turdy
turdy
tree.
tree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, found it.
Shut you.
You can't play. You can't play. You're in the show.
You're not allowed to do it.
I know.
What's- yeah.
Keela, apparently you've been sent another picture of Mystery Man's cat.
Ooh, yay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be distracted. I don't know where to go is this week, so it is up to Reason to find it.
Oh,
Oh, it must be that time. My cats are now chasing each other.
Yay, I want to see. I want to see. I want to see.
Yeah, around
I know,
6
I
to
say
7 in
that.
the morning, they just crack out and start chasing each other around the apartment.
You need to start videoing that and just send it to me. Fuck everyone else.
Ah.
I don't want to do that.
we got a winner. We've got a winner already.
Okay.
Really? I'm guessing it's Sable.
Yep.
Tree on the right. Oh, well,
2/3 of the way up.
Yep, you can just see it in the leaves.
Yeah.
Tusk seen it as soon as the thing was.
I think I see it, but
You think you see it? Do you want to show?
Absolutely.
yep, I did see it.
There it is.
Yay!
Yep.
There you go, Sable.
Well, we're gonna get Sabon and Archangel. Archangel, if you want to come on as well, because you missed your chance. So, I do owe you an opportunity to come on. So, Archangel, if you're still in the chat and you're around next week, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll get the both of you on for sure.
Well, I kind of want someone that's been on before and someone that hasn't been on before, or
Yeah.
just these two weirdos, and we can just rip the piss out of them. It's great because they're crazy enough to want to be on. Yay!
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Mr. E-Man sent me another photo.
Oh, I love it when the tongue sticks out.
Beep cat. So there's some
That's
more
a rather
kitties.
unfortunate position there, Rob.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Archangel is still in the chat, just let us know if you're around next week. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that was a freaky picture, man. Looked like that cat was tripping on catnip.
Well, that's
usually my cats will clean themselves and then they'll just forget to put their tongue back in their mouth and just hang out that way.
Well, if you had to wash yourself with your tongue, you wouldn't want to have it back in your mouth, would you?
That's very true, particularly given the certain places they have to clean.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to leave this out here for an hour or two.
Air it out.
Yeah, air it out, Yeah. Ugh.
I feel kind of bad, Bobby. Huh?
Where is this background?
This background,
somewhere else.
It's actually in Dublin. Yeah, and I'll give you the name of it in just a second here.
Yay, Archangel is free next Saturday. So next Sunday. So we have why did I say Saturday? My brain is not working. So we have Sable Eagle and Archangel on. So yay!
It's a place called Olivia Leaves Dublin. Patios.
Olivia Leaves. That's just off Garden Street. Should be.
I don't think it's that kind of leaf.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's just off Grafton Street. I could be wrong. It looks like that kind of district. But yeah. Dublin's a shithole, so like
yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find nice backgrounds to use.
There's more pubs throughout Ireland. It's not just Dublin.
I realize that.
There are a few in Dublin that are made entirely of pubs.
The key word there was nice.
Good point. Well put.
I've heard there are actually more public houses than normal houses in Ireland. Although,
right. So the island that I used to live on, had 3 pubs for about 70 houses. Yeah,
it's a decent ratio, I guess.
Well, I guess in the UK, pubs are like McDonald's. There's never one more than 5 minutes away.
We try. We do try. There is a reason why we have the reputation that we have. But David Alva for £5 says, "I'm building my living room in a shoebox. I haven't got a fireplace, but I'm putting one in my box." I'm very confused right now.
Oh,
yes.
That actually brings me on to something I was going to say about that. But in so many public houses in Scotland and Ireland, it's because they had a hearth. And a lot of people didn't have like a fireplace in their house. So the pub was a very important place to go, especially in winter. Because they had a fire on all the time.
That makes a lot of sense.
And considering it's always winter there, that's why they're always,
more or less.
They're always there.
Well, I mean, we get a little bit better weather than Scotland, but not by much.
Not by much at all. No. I mean, Scotland's not so bad. The west of Scotland in summer is it's the most beautiful place in the world. But when the winter hits around July, to the following June, it can be pretty grim.
Hello, Gary.
Oh, we have a Gary Wadlinga.
Good God.
Mr. Wadlinga.
It's Tusk's favorite person. His favorite person in the whole wide world. Gary, I hope you're doing well, and I hope your family are doing well. I just wanted to say hello.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to look like a dick if I say anything negative after you said that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I mean, would there be any difference to any other time?
Well, okay, Gary, I hope your family's doing well. You, not so much.
Gary is always welcome here.
Assuming that he can figure out how to, actually connect.
He's full of shit. It goes on everybody else's show that it comes, I don't know how to do it. Bollocks, mate.
It's all right. It's all right. We can rip the piss out. Let's go.
I'm going to have to go stroke Lady Fee on the first muzzle now to calm myself down.
There's a lot of people that haven't heard Lady Fion's
No, hang on.
Cries.
Yes.
Cries for freedom from Tussk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, horse.
Yeah, because well, I assigned her.
You stroke me too hard.
It's female because is everybody ready to hear Lady Fionn Mountjoy the first gallop around the room?
Desperate for freedom.
Yeah.
There she goes. Isn't that magnificent? Their mane blowing in the wind.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can just all I picture is Tussk with two halves of a coconut shell.
I would say the same thing.
But then you have to ask, where did
Do
I
you know
get
what?
a coconut? This is a
looked,
temperate zone.
it looked that fucking funny. It looked that fucking funny when he was running around the place. Yeah. Hashtag free Fiona. No, it's Fiona. Fionn.
Fionn, not Fionn.
Fionn.
It's Lady Fionn Mountjoy the first, if you don't mind.
I do
I
mind.
can never remember her
don't.
first name for some reason.
I don't subscribe to royalty or any titles, so no.
Oh no, I'm not a royalist, not by any fucking stretch of the imagination. Well, fucking parasites, fucking burn the lot of them, given half a chance. But she's a lady, so she gets the honorific. It's not, doesn't. It's not. It's not hereditary. It's not pageantry. It's just an honorific.
Well, considering how quickly the English royalty is shrinking.
Bullshit.
Say again?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I was going to say, given the rate at which the English royalty is shrinking, you might get your wish. Like, they might be gone when Queen Elizabeth kicks off. Hopefully not.
She's never going to go because she knows what's coming next.
She's waiting for Charles to kick it first.
Yeah, she's waiting for Charles to die first. Yeah,
I don't blame her.
I mean, it's
you're breaking up.
You're breaking up bad.
All we had was
pure.
It's
Spite that woman is still alive. Hang on for a second.
Yeah.
Howdy, Clive.
Hello, Clive Wells.
Is that better?
Sorry, hello, Professor Clive Wells.
Yeah, that's better.
That's much more better.
We have a Professor Clive Wells in the house. Hello, hello.
Well, hello.
Hello, Professor Wells.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh, fucking yeah. When's Dulcimer's next performance?
Well, there's a thing about that. Right?
Go on.
I can't decide which song to do because people, every time I say I'm going to do this song, people just say no, it has to be Dancing Queen.
Because you promised it.
No, I did not promise anything.
You promised it like 6 months ago.
That doesn't sound like something I would say. I'm not having that.
You said you would do. You promised it 6 months ago that you would do Dancing Queen because you were going to do. You were going to record around Hereford, and you didn't.
Yeah, it was, but
it doesn't mean that you get out of it and don't put it out. So Dancing Queen and Staying Alive are the two that you have to do.
Jesus.
Yeah, and when you do Dancing Queen, do the music to the footage of you on the hobby horse.
Yes. See, I was hoping that would happen. But
better yet, do it while on the hobby horse.
Yeah.
No, you'd have to record it separately. But no, Dancing Queen has to happen because you promised it. Your audience demands you to keep your promises.
My audience, the 17 people that watched the last one.
17 is better than nothing.
Well, it's slightly better than 16, but not as good as 18.
I tell you what, right? I tell you what, since you're saying it's only 17, if you do Dancing Queen next, and I mean like in the next like month, I want it. And I get one.
All right, okay, Your Majesty.
If you do Dancing Queen, I'm gonna I'll mirror it on my channel so more people will see it.
But I don't want MD to see it.
I do.
I know you do, because you just want to like humiliate me in front of a bigger audience.
That's not humiliation. That's entertainment.
Isn't it a grown man singing Dancing Queen on a fucking toy horse? How's that not?
Tussk, Crafty Chenko has spoken. There's no,
Yeah.
It has
There's
been.
no
It
going
has
back
been
on that.
declared. It has been
It has
declared.
been.
I'm a
Yeah.
citizen of the People's Republic of Tusklandia. I'm not a vassal of Kravchenko. I'm not subject to her will or her
You say
puny,
that.
pathetic laws.
You say that.
Keep telling yourself that.
You say that. We want Dancing Queen.
Tuskland, Tuskland, Uber.
We want Dancing Queen.
So
Ooh,
Seabeagle's just said I can record it several times and get the best performance. That's a redundant term. Best performance. It's not. This is going to work out. The
It's
least
still-
shit, I think.
Yeah, it's like polishing a turd. You just really can't.
Yeah.
Critical Cripple says he'll mirror it on Twitter if you make it less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can fuck off with that.
Yeah. Eddie, Dancing Queen.
I'm not going on Twitter ever again. It's a shithole. It's a dreadful
That's okay.
place.
That's
If
okay.
the
You don't
internet
have
ever
to.
needs an enema, Twitter's where
You
they're
don't
going
have to.
put
Your
the
video
fucking
can make
hose.
it there.
Yeah, you can just imagine my enemies getting hold of that.
Oh,
You have enemies.
I have actually.
that's
I've got 2 new enemies. I'm so happy.
But
It's
the less said about that, the better.
Yeah, everybody knows who they are, I think. But it's just the idea that anybody's like giving up any of their time to like have a go at me. It's like no one gives a fuck what I say about anything. Why are you having a go at
I'm
me?
still fucking.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked that anyone gives a shit about what comes out of my mouth. But like people,
Not,
people are people. I
we're all
suppose.
shocked about that. Yeah. But
Yeah. The fact that there's still like 24 people here, it's like, what?
I just love the idea that someone just like hashtagged me. I'm not even on Twitter. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, people have been hashtagging me. The same people that ran me off Twitter still think I'm on Twitter, which I'm not.
Yeah,
because Twitter is a
it's
shithole.
Yep, it's just the worst
Yeah.
fucking place. I only followed 3 people on Twitter when I was there, and 2 of them were Stephen Fry.
Yes.
Well, I
You know,
say
he is
followed.
only one person.
No, he had his official account, and I started one. It was Stephen Fry, the true Queen of England, and I had quite a lot of followers. And he thought it was funny. And he was quite happy with it. But I started getting a lot of really nasty people on it, so I had to shut that one down.
Aww. So about Dancing Queen then?
Oh, you're just not going to let that go, are you?
No, I'm not.
I'll see what I can do.
You should know by now what I'm like.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is true.
I have a real request, as it were. How about Holiday in Cambodia by the Dead Kennedys?
Oh, now that's one of my favourites. It really is.
Yeah.
So, but it's quite a difficult one to play, especially in a fucking giraffe mask. So, did you not see the absolute arse I made of Lionel Richie's Hello, where I couldn't? I spent about 2 weeks learning that guitar
I think that was the
solo,
best version. I still think that was the best version of that song.
I went out and I bought a guitar and everything so I could play it, and then I spent ages learning the guitar solo, then couldn't see the fucking guitar when it came time to record it.
And what was it? You went out to
when you went, hello, and waved.
Hello.
Staying alive. Well, we'll get to that. We'll eventually get him doing that. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, will you now? Right.
Yes. Yes, because as soon as you do Dancing Queen, I'm not going to let up on. Because I think Dulcimer should do it.
Well, the Dead Kennedys are deceptively difficult. That's difficult to play. The guitar parts are quite difficult. I mean, I was going to do Nazi Punk's Fuck Off because it only lasts about 30 seconds. But again, I tried it wearing the giraffe mask and it's just can't do it.
But what I find funny is you have the ability to record the audio separately to the actual recording of the
I know
parts,
this,
and you
but
can just overdub it.
No. The problem is, right, my editing software is shit, and it is really difficult to line up the audio and the video, so you end up with a lag of at least half a second and it looks really bad.
If only you had a tatty in the chat that would be more than willing to help out.
No, you can't just volunteer other people. No.
Send it to me. I'll have it done for you in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, there was a thingy. I did a song. That's when I reached for my revolver a few months ago. And I put it up on the screen and I've watched it on the software and everything looked fine. Rendered it, uploaded it, and there's about a quarter of a second lag, so it doesn't look like I'm playing it at all. And it's like, for fuck's, I'm not doing that again because I tried to record them separately.
Well, Tatty is.
Tatty, why, mate? Why? Just say you can't do it.
Because he's a good friend.
No, he's not.
Yep.
That's a dick.
Not to you, to me.
Right. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, let's get that right.
Right, okay. He's a good friend.
Person in the world. So.
A good friend in general, or is it only in specific fucking circumstances? Turns out the latter. No, I'm not going to do two little boys, Stevie B. No. Even though I do have a wooden horse, Rolf Harris is not, I'm not doing that.
So what is coming up next for you, Tussk?
Well, apparently I have to do a cover of Dancing Queen.
Well, you agreed to that months ago.
Agreed
that's
to it.
That's your own fault. No, you agreed to it. We have the. I'll go back in
time.
I will go back on Flipside and get the point where you agreed to do it.
You'll never find it
because I'm pretty sure you agreed to do it because you were talking about.
Okay, then the very next thing
doing it on
the very next thing that I do on my channel that isn't something else will be Dancing Queen.
No.
Okay.
What? No?
I don't accept that. That isn't something else. You're just going to continue to do something else, you fucker. you don't get around it like that.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what then. The next video I do that isn't cycling or cooking.
Nope.
Or fishing.
Nope. I don't accept that.
Falling over.
You're falling over.
Yeah. Standing still. Yeah. I do a really good standing still. I can do that for you.
Chasing the budgie
Dancing
around.
Queen.
Right, okay.
Etty, it is up to you now. It is up to you now, Etty. Make sure it happens within the next month. We deserve that because we've already been waiting 6 months for the fucker to get around to doing
it. No one's waiting.
I've been waiting.
Nobody's been.
Do not lie.
I've been waiting long for Tussk to fucking dance around like a twat.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know about anybody else, but my life has a hole
Dancing Queen
that needs to be filled with Dancing Queen.
Sorry. Wait a minute. Etty just asked, can I kick you down the stairs and film it then? No, you can't. What the fuck? But thanks for the heads up, and I'm not using the stairs anymore.
We all know what a huge ABBA fan Tussk is.
That is a
so this has to be done.
Mamma Mia is his favorite movie.
Yeah.
No.
Low key.
No.
So that's gonna happen.
I was coming back from wherever I was on a flight, and it was long enough that they played a movie, and the movie they played was Dancing Mamma Mia, and I wasn't interested in it, but there was a woman sitting directly across from me who was singing and clapping along to all the songs. And there's a really tragic bit in it where it's Meryl Streep and her daughter are just in the you know the scene I'm talking about. Yeah. It's really tragic.
I know the scene.
She burst into tears and everything.
Yeah. That song was written specifically for the movie.
Yeah, get me off this fucking plane. It's just awful. I hate ABBA. And you know why?
You can tell the truth. That was actually you
yeah.
singing along.
Tatty, why?
He says it was some woman, but
yeah, but we all know it was Tussk.
Why, Tatty?
ABBA medley time. Yes. Yes, Tatty. Yes. That should definitely happen.
No, it shouldn't.
But after Dancing Queen. After Dancing Queen.
No. I'll do Dancing Queen, but that's it. Right, but
yes, now we have We have audio confirmation. I will do Dancing
Yep.
Queen, but that is it. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you. No, you definitely
And you
can't
weren't
back
even
out of
drunk.
it.
Only because what's that again? Did Rob say I should get drunk first? That's a good idea, actually.
No, I was saying you said you would do a Dancing Queen, and you're not even drunk. I'm assuming.
No, but no, you just said you should get really drunk first and do it.
Oh, of
So
course,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get pissed out of my mind, and I'm going to do my version of Dancing Queen
With the actual Dancing Queen lyrics. So yeah, we have had confirmation again from Tussk that he's going to do Dancing Queen.
Now,
Rob, what have you got coming
There
up?
you go.
Besides starting to do or make lectures for my classes again, I'm hoping to get Maddie from Sunnyside Up for the next Coffee and Science next week. And then beyond
Nice.
that, I have a couple of ideas about tackling some creationist videos, but I haven't quite decided which ones or what I'm going to do with it.
Cool.
So,
Well, I look forward to that. Anyone that hasn't been looking at Rob's channel, you should definitely go check it out. He had Professor Clive Wells on last week.
I'd like to get Professor Bell on.
What was
as
it
well.
that Clive agreed to do? He agreed to do something on that stream.
Dancing Queen.
No. I do you know what I think? I think Clive Wells and PhD Tony should write children's stories for bed. That'll be fun. Just putting it out there.
That would certainly
Yeah.
put them to sleep.
Are you familiar with the book Go the Fuck to Sleep?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Samuel
Yes.
Jackson.
Either
Judy
have
Love,
one of
yeah.
them read that. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that would be.
Who would be best at reading that, Clive or Tony? Anyway,
I'd like to hear
good
Tony.
fun.
I'd like to hear Tony read that.
Yeah,
I-
I think for that book it would be Tony.
Yeah. I agreed to use the no, Clive. No, you did not. No, you did not. Although I
That's
wasn't
exactly what
there
it was.
for
I
the entire
remember.
thing. No, you did not.
She had
And I still
ingress
need to get.
too early.
I still need to get that merch out to you because.
Yeah. You are the dancing dressing queen.
Oh, jeez.
But I have
That's giving us a
I have a
preview.
T-shirt. I have a T-shirt being made with just Ivy Grest just for Clive Wells. I definitely want to see
That's
him
gonna
in a
have
classroom
methods to
setting
adapt.
with that.
Yeah.
So that should happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
But besides that, Reason, what have you got coming up?
Well, we
Oh,
started
feedback.
series 4, and
Yes.
we started season
Of-
4 of the Pain of
for
Progress.
people.
So
There
part
we
2
go.
for next week is coming out, and the script and everything has been written for the first episode of series 5. So that one should be in the can by the end of the week, I hope. So by the time we're finished series 4, we can roll right into series 5. Other than that, I don't have anything else. No, nothing else except
Do you
my
have a
weekly
stream coming
stream,
up
of
next week?
course. Yeah. Well, I'm doing the Real Reason every week now.
Brilliant.
People seem to like it. People seem to enjoy it, and coming out, and I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, the only thing is remember that although you're in the evening, not everybody is.
I know.
Good
I
evening,
know. That's why I
everyone, and it's
chose-
like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I know. I chose the time I chose so that it's as accessible as possible to everyone.
Yeah,
But I know it's early for some and late for others. But
people are going to
hey.
make it, and they enjoy it. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really quite surprised at how many people come out every Saturday for it. I'm really, really grateful.
I don't know. People are awesome, especially the people in this chat.
Like me.
I'm just gonna mute Tusk.
But that leads us to you, Crafty. What have you
Yes.
got coming up? Because I am waiting. I am waiting to see what you've got for Mania.
So yes, I have got a few videos in the works. One in relation to the doxing issue. They wanted to start this ship back up again, and like with Elia, I did one large video on the history of what had happened, and then I left it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here, just because they don't deserve my time. There are legal issues that are being looked into, but beyond that, I just don't give a fuck. I have better things in Tusk, you know, I have more important things that I have to look out for,
like me.
and I just can't be dealing with them. Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
I just can't be dealing with them. They're fucking pathetic. But besides that, I do have coming up. I will be doing Keela Talks a lot more regularly.
Ooh.
I have a few. I have a few ideas for that and things that I want to cover on that. I have Challenging Conspiracies coming back, which I'm hoping to get out one a month. We all seen how well that worked last year, but I am committed, and I have Taddy to help me with the editing, so I don't have to do as much work, which is awesome. And the other thing is Ion Society. Ion Society is coming back first week, I hope, of February. I'm just doing the research and getting everything ready for it now. I'm not going to tell you which what I'm going to do it on, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. So watch out for that. There's a lot more going to come on my channel in the next little while, but it's yeah, you guys know that I do things on my own terms. I do things when I have time to do it. I am working full time. I do have a life outside of YouTube, and I can't always just drop things every time someone beckons. So yeah, there's going to be a lot less bullshit, hopefully, because I'm just not going to engage with all that bullshit. And yes, thank you guys for coming out and wasting an hour and a half with us.
Oh, there's a chatting with Eddie later today.
Yay! Eshy is going to be live, so guys, please do log into that, because I might be on it. I might be in the side chat if I can. There's a few other things that I have to do, but if I can jump in and say hello, I will definitely do it. But yay, Etty, we love you. So people, say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Awesome.
Cheery and
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
folks.